Mathematics of social choice. Social choice is the study of methods for aggregating individual preferences, votes, or choices into a collective decision. And the purpose of this is to create fair, consistent, and representative outcomes in elections, surveys, group decisions, and policy making. Napaka-importante din ito sa atin when choosing leaders in an election, allocating resources fairly, making decisions in organizations, and ranking choices in competitions. Diyan mostly ginagamit yung social choice. So that's why napaka-importante siya. And dati hindi natin alam kung yan ba halimbawa yung pagpili ng leader sa election o pag-allocate ng mga resources, kung mayroon bang mathematics behind. So now we know na meron palang mathematics behind choosing a leader, allocating resources, making decisions, and even in the competition. So may mathematics pala na involved dyan. So yan yung mathematics of social choice. So here, let's go in a short introduction for the social choice theory. Social choice theory is a branch of economics and political science that studies how to make collective decisions based on individual preferences. It seeks to address the challenging questions of how to aggregate the diverse and often conflicting preferences of individuals into a coherent and socially desirable outcome. So this field is of great importance in various domains, including politics, economics, ethics, and public policy, as it provides a systematic framework for understanding decision-making processes in society. So, yung social choice kasi, siya yung nagbibigay ng concrete decision-making. Kung ano yung pipiliin natin na decision. In the politics, maraming mga nire-regulate na mga policies. So para mas maganda yung decision making in different lawmakers, kailangan magkaroon ng complete decision making. So mayroong votation process to make that one possible, para although iba-iba yung ating kagustuhan, yan yung ating yung social choice yung gagamitin para magkaroon ng concrete decision. So in social choice theory, individual preferences refer to the subjective rankings or evaluations that individuals have for different alternatives or outcomes. So these preferences can be related to political candidates, public policies, resource allocations, or any other decision context. The challenge lies in combining these individual preferences to arrive at a collective decision that reflects the preferences of the entire group. So, yan siya. Kasi ang bawat candidates is merong iba-ibang decision. So, here, yung social choice, yung gagawa ng paraan para magkaroon ng fairness in decision making. Collective decision making involves determining a single outcome or alternative that represents the will of the group based on the preferences of its members. So, there are various methods and rules for aggregating individual preferences, and different methods can lead to different outcomes. Social choice theory aims to understand the properties and implications of these aggregation methods, as well as to investigate fairness and efficiency criteria for collective decision making. So, yan. Pagkolekta ng mga iba-ibang kagustuhan or decision. So, para ma-identify kung ano talaga ang kagustuhan ng bawat grupo. So, yan siya. So, merong rules and methods na para dyan. So, the roots of social choice theory can be traced back to the 18th century philosopher and mathematicians. So, the Marquis de Condorcet, who explored the mathematical aspect of voting. However, it was the work of the economist Kenneth Arrow that laid the formal foundation of modern social choice theory. In 1951, Kenneth Arrow published his seminal book, Social Choice in Individual Values, where he presented his famous Arrow's impossibility theorem, the theorem that proved that under certain reasonable conditions, no voting method can simultaneously satisfy all the desired fairness criteria, making it impossible to construct a perfect voting system. Other significant contributors to social choice theory include Duncan Black, who developed the concept of median voter theorem, the Amartya Sen, who introduced the notion of social welfare functions to study inequality and justice. Over the years, social choice theory has evolved and expanded, incorporating insights from various disciplines such as mathematics, economics, game theory, and political science. It continues to be an active area of research, with ongoing efforts to understand the trade-offs and limitations inherent in different decision-making mechanisms. So, yan yung ating social choice theory, kung paano siya nagsimula. And we have here the voting system. So, ito yung part ng ating mathematics of social choice, kung paano tayo magpili in an election. Voting system are mathematical procedures to determine the winners in an election. So, here, one of that is majority system, kung paano magpili. A majority system is a voting method in which a candidate must receive more than 50% of the votes to be declared the winner. So, dapat sobra sa 50%. Hindi pwedeng 50% lang. It should be more than 50%. This is also called the absolute majority rule. Example tayo. An election has 100 voters and 3 candidates, X, Y, Z. So, si X mayroong 40 votes, si Y 35 votes, and si Z 25 votes. Question, who wins using the majority system? So, dito sa kanilang tatlo, walang nanalo sa majority system. No one gets more than 50% or more than 50 votes. So, wala. Here, no one has 50 or more than 50 votes. The majority requires 50% of votes plus 1. Para ma-consider siya na more than 50%, we should have 50%, then we're going to add 1 para ma-consider na more than 50%. That's a majority. But based on the plurality method, candidate X wins the elections with most votes. So, kung walang majority sa kanila, dun tayo sa highest number of votes. So, si X ang nanalo kasi siya ang may pinakamarami. So, dyan na papasok yung plurality method. So, yung ano ba yung plurality? In plurality voting, the candidate with the highest number of votes wins, regardless of whether they have a majority or not. So, yung pinakamarami, yan yung plurality voting. This method is commonly used in Philippine national election, where the candidate with the most votes in multi-candidate race wins the position. So, ito yung mechanics natin. Each voter select one candidate. The candidate with the most votes wins. Yan siya. Paramihan lang. So, here, with example tayo. Merong tatlong candidates, si A, B, C. Si A, merong 40%, si B, 35%, and si C, 25%. Yung pinakamarami, si A. A wins with the most number of votes. So, ganyan lang yung plurality. Ibig sabihin, kung sa inyo yung may pinakamataas, yung highest, siya yung panalo. Now, for ranking candidates naman, the results of an election with 4 candidates and 50 voters are shown in the preference below. So, ito. So, using plurality method of voting, which candidate wins the election? Here. Sino kaya ang mananalo dito sa 4 ng candidates na merong mga rankings? So, ito yung rankings ng mga candidates A, B, C, D. So, yung number of votes nila na merong 5 elections with number of voters. So, here, yung first na 12 votes. Yung first election with 12 votes. Si A, first. Si second, si C. Third, si B. And fourth, si D. And again, with the second election, with 8 votes, with 8 number of votes. First si C, second si D, and third si B. Tapos, fourth naman si A. With 16 votes, first si B, second si A, third si D, and fourth si C. With 10 votes, first natin si C, second si D, third si B, and fourth si A. With 4 votes, first si D, second si A, third si C, and fourth si D. So, paano dito mag-determine ng winner using plurality voting? So, ang kukunin lang natin dyan, yung total first place votes. Yung total first place votes. So, ibig sabihin, bawat candidate, kung meron silang first place, yan yung kanilang number of votes. So, here, si candidate A, isa lang yung kanyang first place. Yung number of votes niya is 12. So, that's why ito yung total first place votes niya. Si B naman, meron siyang isa with 16 number of votes. So, yan yung kanyang total first place votes. Si C, merong dalawa. So, yung total niya, 8 plus 10. So, we have 18. So, 18, yung kanyang total first place votes. And si D, isa lang. So, we have 4 votes. So, yan yung total first place votes. So, dito, kung sino yung may pinakamaraming total first place votes, siya yung panalo. Pero, here, si C ang may pinakamarami. Pero kung tatanungin tayo, sino bang nanalo sa majority? Dito sa kanilang 4, walang nakakuha ng majority. Kasi, mag-require siya more than 50% ng total number of votes, which is 25 ang 50% plus 1, so 26, at least 26 yung majority. Yan siya. Candidate C wins the election with the most number of the first place votes according to the plurality voting method. But candidate C did not get the majority voting with at least 26 votes. Yan. So another method is the board account. Board account method assigns points to candidates based on their position in each voter's ranking. A candidate ranked first receives a certain number of points, n points for n candidates, and the points decrease for lower rankings. The candidate with the highest total points wins the elections. Ito yung kanyang mechanics. Voters rank candidates. Points are assigned based on rankings. Ito yung ranking points. Sample natin. So, here, with 3 candidates. Ang first rank, 3 points. Ang second rank, 2 points. Ang third rank, 1 point. So, yan yung tatlong candidates. So, kung meron tayong 5 candidates, ang first rank natin, 5 points. Second rank natin, 4 points. Third rank natin, 3 points. Second rank natin, 2 points. And first rank natin, 1 point. Kung ilan yung number of candidates, yan din yung number or point ng ating first rank. Kung ilan sila lahat. Naman dito, in a 4-candidate election, si candidate A, meron siyang ang rank first niya, mayroong 3 voters. So, yung second rank siya, merong 2 voters. Yung third rank niya, merong 1 voter. Their total points would be, so here, meron sa first rank niya, 4 points man. Kasi 4 candidates sila lahat. And 3 points. Yung merong 3 voters. Plus, sa second naman, second rank, so 3 points yon. So, merong 2 voters. And then, yung pang tatlo, meron siyang baga third rank siya, so 2 points. And merong 1 voter. So, 3 times 4 plus 2 times 3 plus 1 times 2, we have 20 points in total. So, that's the board account. Ito yung board account. So, kung ano yung rankings niya, lahat yun may points. And then, i-multiply lang sa number of voters. So, here, meron tayo dito para mas dali natin siyang maintindihan. Using the board account method. So, determine the winner. So, ito yung rankings ng mga bawat candidates. Yan. Si candidate A, ang rankings niya 1, 4, 2, 4, 2. So, tandaan natin din itong yung kanilang number of votes. 12, 8, 16, 10, 4. So, yan. Okay, si candidate A, yan. 1, 4, 2, 4, 2. So, yan yung rank niya. 1, 4, 2, 4, 2. And then, number of votes. So, yan. So, lista lang. Yung first rank natin, yung rank point niya, yung first is 4 points. Kasi, 4 lang sila. Fourth place, 1 point. Second place, 3 points. Fourth place, 1 point. And second place, 3 points. Multiply natin ito, rank point, dito sa number of votes. 1 by 1. 4 times 12, that's 48. 1 times 8, that's 8. 3 times 16, that's 48. 1 times 10, that's 10. 3 times 4, that's 12. Get the total of this. We have 126. That's the board account of candidate A. Ganyan ang pagkuha ng board account ng bawat candidate. Si candidate B naman, Ito yung rankings niya. 3, 3, 1, 3, 4. Si candidate C, 2, 1, 4, 1, 3. And si candidate D, 4, 2, 3, 2, 1. Now, here, for candidate B, 3, 3, 1, 3, 4. Then, number of votes, same pa rin. Ito, third rank, third place. 2 points, 3, 2 points, then 1. First place, 4 points. Third place, 2 points. And fourth place, 1 point. Multiplied to our number of votes. So we have 24, 2 times 12, 24, 2 times 8, 16, 4 times 16, 64, 2 times 10, 20, and 1 times 4, 4. The total is 128. So that's the board account of candidate B. Si candidate C naman, ito yung ranks niya. 2, 1, 4, 1, 3. The number of votes, yung rank points niya. Second, 3 points. First, 4 points. Then, fourth place, 1 point. First, 4 points. And third, 2 points. Multiply. So, rank point times the number of votes. Ito yung result natin. We have here the total of 132. So that's the board account of candidate C. For candidate D, dito for candidate D, ito yung rankings niya. Yung rank point natin, 4th place 1, 2nd place 3 points, 3rd place 2 points, and 2nd place 3 points, and 1st place 4 points. Multiply natin sa ating number of votes 1 by 1. Yan, 1 by 1. Ito yung resulta. The total is 114. Yan yung board account ni candidate D, 114. Here, the candidate with the highest board account is candidate C. Thus, candidate C wins the election. So, siya ang nanalo sa ating board account, si candidate C. Kung sino lang may pinakamaraming board account, siya yung panalo. So, dito, sa apat ng candidate, si candidate C ang nanalo. So, this is the first part of our mathematics of social choice.